Hi students, good morning. In AI, unit number 5, probabilistic reasoning. In this unit today I will start the topic Thomster-Safer theory. Okay, so in this theory, first the basic introduction is given, then this theory is start and we can make some different equations in this theory, and then we can make one equation, and with example this theory is explained. Now we have talked about individual propositions and assigned to each of them a single number of the degree of belief that is warranted given the evidence. Here we can take the individual propositions and we can here assign some propositions, and we can take the single number of the degree. And in Thomster-Safer theory, we can consider the set of propositions, not we can consider the single propositions. Okay, and then we can take the set of propositions and we can assign them an individual in which the degree of belief must lie belief, plausibility. Plausibility means believability or validity. We can find out the validity. Okay, so here in this theory, first we can take the belief and validity, or plausibility or believability. Okay, and belief denotes as a BEL, and it is measures the strength of the evidence in favor of a set of propositions. Okay, we can take the short form BEL for the belief, and we can consider the range 0 to 1. 0 means no evidence in, and 1 means definite certainty. Okay, now we can find out the plausibility, and the short form of plausibility is PI. So here we can take the equation PI of S is equal to 1 minus BEL not S. Okay, so we can take this equation and find out the plausibility PI. Now it also range from 0 to 1. We can take the range of plausibility as 0 to 1. Okay, and the meaning of this range is measure the extent to which evidence in favor of not S, and we can leave the room for belief in S. Okay, now in short, if we have certain evidence in favor of not S, then belief not S will be 1 and plausibility S will be 0. Now we can take the range. Okay, belief range 0 to 1 and plausibility range is also 0 to 1. Okay, now we can find out the only possible value for belief is also 0. First possibility is 0, and then we can get the result, and we can take the result as a 1. Okay, now the interval also tells about the amount of information that we have. In maths we can take the interval. Okay, like interval 0 to 1. So we can take the all possible values between 0 and 1. If we have no evidence, we say that the same hypothesis is in the range of 0 1. And here if we not have any evidence, So we can say that our hypothesis range is in between 0 and 1. Okay, because we can consider the range and we can take that range as a basic detail. Now we gain more evidence, and this interval can be expected to shrink and giving confident answer. This is different from Bayesian, as in that we would probably begin by distributing the probability among the hypotheses. Now we can consider the another case like 0.33 in case of 3, and we may end up with the same probability at the end, but in Lumster we state that we have no information at the starting and everything is the range of 0 to 1. In starting we can't have any value, so we can take the value as a 0, and at last we can take the value between 0 to 1. Okay, now let's take an example where we have some mutually exclusive hypothesis. Like here one example is given. We can take one set, and in the set 4 different values are given. First is allergy, then flu, then cold and pneumonia, and we can take the set is denoted by theta. So we can take the value theta is equal to this set. Okay, now we want to attach some measure of belief to elements of theta. Now we can find out the elements of theta and find out that belief BEL value. But all evidence are not directly supportive of individual elements. Here we can find out all the elements and all the evidence, and if the evidence is true, then we can find out the individual elements. Now the key function we use here is the probability density function, and it is denoted by m. Now we can consider the function. Okay, and the function name is probability density function, and it is denoted by small m. Okay, and then the function m is not only defined for elements of theta but also all subset of it. We can take the elements in the theta and we can take one function small m. Okay, and we can take all the subsets in this function. Now the quantity MP measures the amount of belief that is correctly assigned to exactly to the set P of hypothesis. Now we can take the another set and its name is P, and we can take as a quantity m comma P, and we can find out the amount of the belief. If the theta contains n elements, then there are 2 raised to n subset of theta. Now we can find out the subset of theta. So we can take the value theta is equal to 2 raised to n. So here we can find out all the possibilities, n elements. Okay, now we must assign m so that the sum of all the m values assigned to subset of theta is 1. Now we can find out the subset of theta. Okay, and we can take the theta value, theta is equal to 1. Now at the beginning we have m under theta is equal to 1, and we can take as 1.0. So we get an evidence of 0.6 magnitude that the correct diagnosis is in the set we can take one set, okay, theta set. Theta is equal to flu, cold and pneumonia. Then we can write theta is equal to this set, and the value of this set is equal to 0.6. So we can find out the value of theta. Theta is equal to 1 minus 0.6. So theta is equal to 0.4. This does not lead us anywhere. We need more information. Now if we have get more information, then we can move the further functions. We can take the two belief functions m1 and m2, okay, and then we can take the x be the set of subsets of theta to which m1 assign a non-zero value, and let y be the corresponding set for m2. Now we can define the m3, okay. We can take the two belief functions m1 and m2. Now we can define the m3. So we can make the equation for this component or this function. So we can take the equation like this. m3 set is equal to sigma x intercept y is equal to z into m1x into m2y, and it is divided by 1 minus sigma x intercept y is equal to 5 into m1x into m2y, okay. So from this equation we can find out the belief function m3 value. For example, suppose m1 correspond to our belief after observing fever. One person can like fever. So we can take the value like this. m1 is equal to FCP, okay. FCP is equal to 0.6. So here the theta value is 0.4, okay. Now suppose m2 correspond to our belief after observing runny nose. So here we can take the m2 is equal to a comma f comma c is equal to 0.8, and theta is equal to 0.8, 1 minus 0.8, okay. So we can get the answer theta is equal to 0.2. Here theta is equal to 1 minus 0.6. So value of theta is equal to 0.4. Then we can compute their combination m3 using the following table, okay. First is FCP. Its value is 0.6, m1 value, and second m2 FC and AFC. Then we can take the 0.48, 0.32 and theta value, okay. So this table is the results of m3, and we can use the above equation for find out the f3, okay. Here we can take the FCP 0.6, theta 0.4, okay, and take the difference at AFC and theta and find out that value by using the equation. Which equation? Equation of m3, this equation, okay. So here the Dumpster-Shaffer theory is completed, okay. First I will explain the basic introduction, then we can take the belief as a BEL and plausibility as a PI, and make some equation, and we can take one example. We can take some set theta is equal to allergy, flu, cold and pneumonia, and take the short form as AFCP and find out the theta value, and then we can take the two different functions for belief m1 and m2 and make the equation for another function m3 and find out the value of theta. Okay, so here our Dumpster-Shapper theory is completed. Now in the next video lecture I will start the next topic, fuzzy logic. Okay, thank you.